Well, you got it.
Good. Well, that one had a lot more to go.
Oh!
She broke it. I told you,
I told you.
you tell me. I told you I break these sticking spark plugs. Well, there's a spark plug we gotta buy. Yeah, so time to mount motor to the K member.
Lord, find it less sharp.
Let me get a better angle. Dull on both sides. I don't want to visit Doug's corner.
What's wrong with Doug's corner?
Yeah, pretty dust free. Alright. So I gotta find motor mounts. They're in a box somewhere. And then we need an engine hoist back from one of our buddies. And then we'll see if we can get them out. Here. Yeah, they're...
I was thinking down here.
I think they're like right here. Oh no, that might be it right there.
That's them.
Okay, working on the motor a little bit today for Chris's. We've got these mounts that go on the engine, and they have specific bolts. This one is a longer one. These two are kind of short for the right side, and they're like 11/16 and what, 3/4?
Yeah, 5/8.
5/8. And then on the other side, this one is a 3-hole with a tube that's made. You can't get it in here with this on, so it had to put the nut on the front. Here we put the nuts on the inside, tighten that up. So what we're doing is trying to get the mounts for the engine on it so we can get the adapters to put it on this test stand. And they're not really adapters, they're the regular frame or motor mounts that come with the car. And this will bolt through a single hole, and then it will go on here, and we'll have to put spacers, of course, to mount it to the engine stand. So that's going to be our next job, is finding some spacers and I guess the nuts for these, so if it didn't come with them. Okay, we have, I think, everything assembled here to put it on the engine run stand. We've got our bolts here for this part that bolts to the motor, which has 2 different holes there. We've got the bell housing on. Of course, it's off of the engine stand now. And we have the starter hooked up. We just turned the motor over to make sure that it does not engage, because it felt like the gears were close, but apparently not, so that's perfect. This was on the flywheel, and just to make sure the bolt pattern's right, and we have done that. So that part's ready. This side's on too, and then we also mounted the other part, this here, with some spacers. And we'll have to move this forward and then back it up to this plate and do the adjustment to bolt to the bolts where the transmission that go into the bell housing, so it's all mounted. So that's our next step. We'll time lapse it and how this mounts to the testing. Okay, ran into a little problem. These are mounted
Too far down.
too far down when it hits,
And
then this part starts hitting the motor. So
there's a post inside here that's hitting.
so we're going to turn this around, which, you know, we took a chance. We thought this would be the right way, but
Flux place.
that's right. You got to do it wrong twice usually before it works.
So we want to just try this way.
Yep. Well, that looks a lot better. No, there's the thread on
I
that
gotta
side.
go this way.
Yep, I see. Here, I got this. All right.
Yeah, and that
Oh, wow, that
gives us-
actually pivots.
gives us a little more pivot room. Let me snug it just a little bit,
Yes, definitely.
because it looks like it's gonna. And this may even let us come into the top one.
Yeah, you know what? It might. Yeah, let it pivot.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, now we're ready to lower it a little bit and see if we can get this.
All right, I'm almost in the bottom hole.
Okay.
You want to? Yeah, I say we go in the bottom hole because there's a little. If you'll notice, there's a little nub
Yeah.
right here that would line up with the top hole.
Okay.
And in which case, this way, need to come. Hang on. Mine's in. Hang on.
Pull this up a little.
Okay. Lower it down. See what we got. Hang on. Whoop, whoop, up.
That needs to still pivot.
Hang on. Make sure I got mine in.
Oh, there it is. Yes. Oh, good. The only problem is getting a nut in there on top of it.
Yeah. We had the nuts here. Yeah, I see that.
I don't know how I'm going to get a nut in there. Oh my gosh.
Don't move anything. Yeah, it's like too close to the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you can't get a wrench in there.
I can't. Now, granted, it's not really going to go anywhere, is it?
Well, good. Are you able to get?
I got the nut sitting on top of it, but I still have.
Oh, yours is all open.
Yeah.
You can't. Go try to put mine on. This is all enclosed.
Oh, okay.
Check it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got this bar
Yeah.
across here.
Well, yeah, you can't take that bar. Oh, yeah, I guess you can. Take
No, the bar's part of this.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's welded.
Gosh.
The other way is to mount this to this and then come down and try to line this up.
Right. You have to mount this whole thing as an assembly
Yeah.
with that bolt on.
And then come down and try to line these up here.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what we got to do. Because that ain't going to work. Okay.
Alright, so take it up.
Yep.
Up and off of that.
Pops decided he would hook up the positive for the starter to the actual battery cable.
There's
not just the line to engage it.
Right.
Why don't we make this to where it's decent? What is all this
needs to be
hokey?
wired into there, and
yeah, what is all this? I swear, I leave for 3 days, and you and Doug just hokify it up. No, actually, you guys did a lot of cool stuff.
Okay.
That's clamped. Put the ground on there.
Where's the ground?
All it's doing is sending the signal through the signal wire.
Right.
But it's not got the oomph to do anything.
It doesn't have the positive
from the battery to the actual starter.
Yeah, we need to wire these in permanent.
Yeah.
Let me just put this on and hold it like I was.
Okay.
Hang on.
Be ready to turn it off.
Okay, try it.
Okay, we got contact.
Hang on. Okay, try it. Wow. All right, that one's on. Okay, that
ready?
one's on. Yeah. What?
Hey, how come the light's still on when I turned it off? Oh, it's fading off. Never mind.
That's crazy, because you've got your power going. Not unless, no, that's, oh, there's, that just came out of the holder.
Oh, hey, you need to have that clamped on that.
We got to take that off.
Yeah, it won't. It's all it's going to do is arc unless it's really clamped onto that lug. Everything's turned off.
Yeah.
Okay, troubleshooting some
We
more.
got to take that off. And yeah, I mean, it seemed loose and came right out of there. So it may not have even been crimped.
Yeah,
Good.
it needs to be crimped.
Yep, okay.
Good connections cause good connections.
Yeah. I think somebody went, that's good enough for a 750 cold cranking battery.
It doesn't look like it's been crimped on there. Maybe it's...
Oh, yeah, they missed it.
Yeah, it isn't. They didn't...
They didn't use the right setting.
Something, yeah.
This is...
That just slid right out.
Slid right out.
Yeah, I'm putting all this in the motor. Or in the... What you call it, video.
That.
Yeah, it wasn't even tight. You can unloop it and pull it through.
Oh, yeah.
Then do we have a big enough gauge crimper to crimp that monster?
We got a vise.
Man, I have... That's not hooked up with the battery, is it? Okay, good.
No, I took it off the battery.
Okay, yeah. We'll find a crimper that'll crimp that. I may have one.
Yeah, you might have.
Okay, improvise with these T&Bs.
We crimped the snot out of it.
Smushed it, crimped the heck out of it.
You could hang from it now.
Okay. Maybe now we'll get some contact and some ignition.
All I want to see is it turns the motor. It won't start.
No. Well, are there even any spark plugs in it? No.
No, it's just going to spin over.
Yeah, I want to see it spin.
I do too.
And there's no oil in the motor either. That's the other thing. Pops
There's a little bit of oil in the bottom.
stuck the dipstick in, and he's like, they're not registering. Well, in order to fix all the pistons in this, I think I drained all the oil, pulled the oil pan, pulled all the pistons, flipped them back around right side up, and never put new oil in it. You don't do that.
Be careful.
Don't connect it with the battery, you get sparks.
Somewhere in the washer. Where is it?
I heard it hit the bottom pan.
Oh, I got it. It was the nut. I think it's along. No?
Okay, we'll be back when we find our
Washer.
butts. There you go.
Make sure she's tight. She's on there, she's tight.
Okay.
Now this isn't how it's going to be on the car, probably. We'll probably route it
Yeah, I'm
down
sure.
to the battery.
But for
Just
temporary
try.
purposes.
Yeah, because it's not going to fire today.
Yeah, and we'll have to watch that cable while it is running, because that's going to get hot and melt, and we don't want to melt our run stand wires.
No.
All right, got that. Got that.
Here we go.
You ready?
Got power?
Contact.
Still not firing.
Nope. I need to check that battery. Make sure it's got enough oomph. And if I got...
I don't have another battery to throw in there to see.
If 650 won't do it, I need to take that back up to O'Reilly.
Yeah, you need an 850 to 9.
And get a 900 coil cranking amp. They're just twice the money. I thought I'd get by with a $150 battery.
No.
I probably need...
You needed to buy that Optima. It's Moultrie.
I thought he was selling those Optimas for $100 bucks.
They were.
And then I saw another guy selling an Optima battery for like 300 something, and I laughed in our Moultrie video because I was like, what the heck? It's up 3 times the amount?
Yeah.
But maybe that's how much they always were, and I don't know how much it costs to buy a battery because I never buy batteries. But or is that cable too long?
Oh no, that cable's not too long.
Okay.
That's tight. I'm trying to think if we could jump across here or something. But
What are you talking about,
I
jump
mean,
across?
it's I mean, to get right
It's
off.
doing it. It's activating. It's just there's not enough oomph for it to have that starter spin that. I can't really see in there. It looks like the starter is still engaged.
Well, here's how you can tell.
Yeah, if it's stuck and engaged, you can just rotate the motor and you said it retracts.
Yeah. He was watching it.
Let's see if we hear it click.
Sort of thing.
Yep. Okay, now let's try it. Everything's still hooked up?
Hang on. Okay.
Everything's still hooked up?
Yep.
Oh,
There it tried to engage.
yeah, it tried. But it still didn't have the oomph.
No. Yeah,
Yep.
see, it's not engaging because it's not firing, and it doesn't have enough oomph. Unless these battery cables are terrible, the other ends and the negative. How do we know how good that's crimped? Look at that.
Okay.
It doesn't look, look at that. There ain't much holding that.
No, I see. And did you grind it or you put that to it?
No, because it's on this, and it's the threads.
Okay, maybe.
That should be fine.
I see we grind. Okay.
Here's
Engine run stand, we're going to revisit because it needs
No,
some
look.
adjustments.
That's not getting good connection.
I see. So none of our connectors are good.
No.
Okay, all of the battery terminal ends have been restripped, recrimped, grounded on the ground. The engine is now grounded to the ground everywhere.
Ready?
Let me rotate the motor so it backs that off.
Okay. It's laying.
Right here.
Okay.
Okay, that should be starter
Okay.
released.
Here's our problem. Give it a little throttle.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ready?
No.
Something not right with that battery.
I think it's not enough cranking amps for 440.
Yeah, because the motor spins over. It's not that it can't crank the motor over. Because it cranks and it clicks out.
Yeah, that click is the sound of the starter retracting.
Yeah.
And it's not got so much compression that
No.
I mean, you can do it by hand. That starter should be...
Yeah.
And try again.
Yeah.
Kick it just a little.
Get on there.
Okay, now let me go. No. Getting a new battery. Thing was dead to start. You put it on the charger. I think it's just it's a bad battery.
The only other thing is I have another starter.
That's a brand new starter.
I know, but
I'm not gonna
it could be a bad starter.
I'm gonna go get a more cranking amp battery and see what we can do.
Yeah, I wish we had another battery to verify.
I need to buy oil for this too.
Which we could pull my truck in here and jumper that.
No, I'm not getting all of it.
I know.
This should be a self-contained running unit here.
No,
And there's nothing wrong with the unit other than the way we've got it wired.
That should turn it over. We had it all night on the charger, so it's fully charged.
Yeah, I'm saying junk battery. Let's go get a different one.
Yeah, that's fine.
I gotta go get other stuff anyway, so. O'Reilly's, here we come. Last ditch effort, what'd you do?
I just took the clip end off, redid it, shoved it in, tightened it up, put the other wires in it to where they're not jury rigged, you know, like clipping them in there.
So now it's gonna turn over just fine, huh?
We'll see. Here we go. I don't know.
Nope. Nope. Telling you we need a better, more powerful battery.
I think so too.
You're gonna try the one click trick here. Okay, that released it.
See it? It started to try to turn it, but it's not.
I think it doesn't have the juice.
No.
You need the juice.
All right.
Box. Okay, funny thing. You think you're buying a case of Corona.
Yeah, but look how small
You get 7-ounce little bottles. I'm actually a giant. I'm a giant drinking this. It's little, they're little cute guys.
Didn't you think that that was an awful light little box for...
I just
20?
saw a case of Corona, I grabbed it, and I thought I was good.
Yeah.
Live and learn. 7-ounce babies. I can drink a whole case of these myself.
You got extra.
Oh, we weren't recording the whole time.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I just started recording. Okay, so there's 5 minutes gone. Okay, so dug right up. Starter could need to be shimmed in or out, or sideways or back. Maybe the starter's in a bind. They did that when I wasn't here, so I wasn't here to make sure it got done right.
He just read about it.
So we got hoses, universal hose. This is 1.5 inches out of the top of this to the top of the radiator, but the bottom of the radiator is 1.75 inches. This is 1.75 inches. So I bought 2 different hoses that I will be able to connect there and connect down there and cut both of those right about that line there.
With this.
Then I got a union that will splice those 2 hoses together. And that should allow us, for whatever motor, Pops has another 440 that we're going to run on this next. We'll use the same setup, but then I'll have pieces, parts to interchange and move around for if we put a 340 or 360 or whatever block that we got to run next. Probably Doug's.
Oh yeah,
if we rebuild his
289 or anything,
yeah,
or 390 or whatever.
I got some pieces, parts that need to be interchangeable, and I think we're gonna have a few things like that that are for the run stand that can go for different things. So maybe mess with the starter. We'll take it out. We'll make sure the battery is kicking. It engages, does all it's supposed to, and then we may have to tweak and align to get that going right. And then the water. I've got this nipple sticking out of there. I just bought the right size one. It's not the 3/4, it is smaller. It's like 3/8, I think, down in there to loop that to itself. And then we got the whole sniper system to mess with it and get it all wired and get it all programmed or whatever it needs to do. And then we'll be closer to in business. And then I got new oil, and I got the Lucas Oil Zinc Plus stuff.
Break-in type of
Break-in. And you said guys that have old motors use that with every oil change anyway?
Charlie said that from O'Reilly's that most of the guys, when they do an oil change in the older motors, they put that in every time.
Gotcha. Okay.
For the zinc.
I still need to build a fan shroud because that's not going to blow enough air through it. Maybe for running it won't get too hot.
For that, and then we've got the big fan to blow over the whole thing all the time.
Yep.
We'll see. I mean, we got a temperature gauge. See if it gets hot. If it gets too hot, we'll shut her down.
Okay. So getting there. A few more pieces, parts to buy. I need a 3-inch collector for the exhaust.
Yeah.
It didn't come with the Flowmaster kit that I just got, so it is a 3-inch
to 3-inch pipe. All that I found locally here at the auto parts stores were 3-inch to 2.5 reducer for headers. So I need 3-inch, 3-bolt, 3-inch to 3-inch pipe. And then I'll be able to weld it to some, I haven't decided what pipes.
And that won't happen until your motor's in your car.
I need those collectors in order to go.
Put the mufflers on so we're not.
So collector, we'll put a muffler, and then it'll be able to be tolerated while we run it for 20 minutes.
But the rest of it will all be done up on your car because we're going to have to fit a little more off or
a little more on.
Yeah,
morons.
A little more on.
Oh, there's going to be a little more on going on.
Custom fit. I mean, it's pretty close to fitting perfect the kit that you got, but you're adding in.
Yeah, we'll see.
Zoomies, if you, what are they called?
They're not zoomies, but it's Summit's equivalent of that. And if you order one, it's not one set. I got one zoomie, but so I got to order
2 of the pipes that they mount to.
Yeah, the dumps.
The dumps.
The dump pipes. So I got plenty of dumps for everyone. I just don't have enough zoomies or whatever they're called. I'll put a little image up of what I bought here, so hopefully it'll be cool and super loud at some point. I just remember when I was driving down the highway, when I was like 17, 18 in my Dodge Challenger, I was just cruising. You know, that car wasn't like a sports car or anything. And a guy came up next to me, and I didn't even hear him next to me. But then all of a sudden, boom, it was the loudest, like, "Wah!" And he took off like he wanted to race me. And it like scared me to death because it was so loud in my car. I was like, it was probably like midnight or something.
So you want to cause heart attacks with your...
That's the heart attack Charger right there.
Okay.
The heart attack RT.
Yeah.
Gonna be cool. I just want to hear how loud it can be. That's all. Like a NASCAR.
Here we go. Contact.
Looks like we got your problem with the starter fixed.
Yep.
See ya.
Okay, we did some changing to the engine stand. We had to use all 4 hands, so we didn't do filming while we were doing it. But what we found out, the starter did not want to engage. It would just click. Is the motor needs to be grounded, like the strap. And we're going to cut this and put a couple terminals on it so we can ground the motor. It was causing it to just click. It would try to engage, but there wasn't enough oomph. And what it was doing is this wire here from the temperature gauge to the unit, this was getting, like, you can see it burn a little. It was getting like hot, kind of melted together.
Yeah, you can see here.
Yeah, because this was acting as the ground from the motor, because it's sitting on rubber blocks, and obviously there's stuff here, but these are painted, powder coated, so it wasn't getting much connection. So we hooked up an actual jumper cable for a car, and we clipped it around here and another place here too, and fired right up. I mean, it didn't fire up, but it cranked just fine. We also took the fan and switched the terminals because it'll push or pull. So now it is pulling. So when we turn it on, it kind of sucks it up against the radiator. Leaves all that open in the front. And, oh, and this hose, we couldn't find one to fit. So Chris bought a hose that we cut and then twisted it. So it actually worked out perfect. And this is a little divider.
Splicing connection.
Yeah, it's called this Master Pro Radiator Hose Repair Kit. And we took the biggest one out of there. And it works fine. So now we have this done. We couldn't get all the bolts in. We had to waller out. I think that one in here. Two of them on both sides. Because it was going to make it cross thread because it was going in at an angle. So we drilled those, basically drilled them. We used a honing bit or whatever,
Made that just a little bigger. Got those on there, so these are on there real nice. The starter works great. We got the heater hose here, fans done. Trying to think what else we did.
That's about it, and the ground.
Yeah, I mean the ground. Chris is picking up a couple terminals that we will cut that to length and have it as our ground. And I know most of you have seen on most motors, there's a braided, it's like a flat cable about that wide that usually comes on the motor and comes up to the firewall. Well, that's your grounding braid or strap for the motor. So your starter, I know I've had trouble, starter doesn't want to start, especially when it gets warm. It's because it doesn't have a good ground. And a lot of times guys pull a motor out, they don't put that strap back on. So just a good thing to remember. We also tightened up all of our bolts here, so none of this will move. None of those that had been tightened up. So we're ready to put the sniper system on. We'll get our plugs in, sniper, and wire the tack up. But that's going to be through the sniper. And get our hose, stanchion. We've got the one tall one here, the chrome one. We need one more down here so we can bring this hose down and just be a loop just to block that off. We could actually put a plug in there if we wanted to, but we'd have to put something in here to stop it. And he needs a radiator cap. So we also have our fuel tank. There's our little fuel tank. And we took the spout out, Doug did, so we'll put a hose down there, come up here to the fuel pump, and then wherever we're going to go, unless we want to come out of there and use the sniper, the high pressure, to go up to feed the sniper system. And that way he won't even use this. He could actually take this off and put a block off plate there. So I think that's about all we did on this today, so we're good to go.
Okay, got some supplies for the run stand. I don't know, did you record the video putting the extra ground on?
We went around and filmed everything after we did it.
Gotcha. 2 ground ends with a bolt through it that we can ground somewhere, and we'll screw to crimp, or I got these to crimp on it. And then I also got one of these because they said it took 2 grounds to get everything grounded on that cart. So I got a nice battery cable. And it's 49 inches long. So one way or another, with all these, we'll get everything done.
Exactly what we have 10 foot of, I told you.
Well, now we got 15 foot of it. All right, so Pops has already crimped on the terminals.
That's all ground off.
We ground that off the other day.
Yep.
So you're saying you got it to start, that video you sent me earlier today,
yeah,
that was with the battery cables holding it?
Yeah, with just battery cables.
All right, well, I guess we'll see.
Now we could put this on here if it's big enough.
I doubt it. That's too big a bolt. That's too big a bolt.
Yeah. So we need another.
Well, that's why I got those other terminals, is I thought you might want to use one of those terminals on the end because it's got a big hole in the center of it. Where are you gonna put it on?
We could put it on there. We could put it on here. We could put it right there or here.
Where does it usually go?
Or right here.
Okay, if that'll. No, I don't want to take intake bolts out. You can take this out because that's not.
Yeah,
that's not torqued to anything.
Now that looks like that's I don't know what that is.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Yeah. See, that bolt, when it comes out, if it had this one, it's
this bolt right here, down here.
This one.
Oh.
See, it's usually had.
I see right here. Yeah.
Had this big crown that stuck out. You couldn't get a wrench on it.
I see. So the ARP 12 pointers.
Yeah.
Unless you got a 12-point ratchet. Not a ratchet, but a 12-point. Yeah, because you can't really get a box end on that.
You can't get a socket over it.
So you put a crappy bolt in place of my ARPs, huh?
That's just for now.
I swear, and I don't swear.
All I did was found the right thread and length. There we go.
that a 12-point socket? Oh, those are 6-point bolts, aren't they?
Yeah.
You're tightening. There you go.
So we'll take this off, put this on. Hopefully.
I think that bolt's too big to go through here too. Oh, sweet. Do we want to grind that off? Or is the bolt going through to the metal grounding enough?
It should be, because it's a heavy duty cable, so we'll find out real quick.
Okay.
If it cranks it over.
So this was the whole problem. It wasn't, the battery was not powerful enough. It was, he said to me on the phone earlier that the lines, these lines were smoking.
Oh, they're melted together. See, that's all melted.
I see.
And
just because it was pulling the ground. Everything was pulling through the block because the block wasn't grounded enough.
Okay, here we go.
Sweet.
See, it's turning over here.
Yeah, I don't want to do it anymore because I need to put all the oil in it. It's just got assembly lube in it right now.
Taking that off.
Well, it's had oil, but we drained it because we had to do the pistons.
This is important to have a solid ground down
to the whole frame, yeah.
Which the other ground's over here that goes to the battery, so we could have hooked these together.
Oh, that's what I thought we were going to do.
This could have gone to the battery, but
that does it. That's great.
Yep.
Wow.
So it cranks it over.
That's pretty awesome.
Isn't that a nice sound?
I love that sound.
Yeah. And this is on the
It makes me laugh like a little girl.
This is all solid.
Yeah, he took, instead of doing 2 pipes that I bought, the 2 radiator hoses.
Spun it.
He cut it.
We took out that much of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So we'll return one of them. So all that is ready to go. Get your sniper on, figure out this.
Okay.
And the RPM input.
I don't know how, with all the sniper and all that, and the distributor, I'll have to figure that stuff out.
And then, of course, the throttle for
once we get the sniper on there, we'll get all that going.
And we got to put your plugs in. And then we got to put your
I got to see.
You just bought and mufflers.
Yeah. Quit hiding behind the curtain there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that's done with the run stand.
Yep.
As far as assembly and getting everything going and all that. I thought that was a new radiator. You guys been beating the hell out of the radiator with that fan? No. Yeah, look at it.
It was all beat up.
No, it wasn't. It was brand new.
No, it was all beat up.
Look, because the fan was flopping.
No.
Look at the front of it.
It wasn't doing that.
All right.
All that was already there.
I'm going to consult the video when we put it on there. It was brand new. Not a dent in that thing.
No, that's just
look at all that.
Packaging.
Golly.
If you take mine out of the
If you
box,
want something nice, don't bring it to Clark's place. We beat the hell out of everything.
You got to buy a petcock valve. You know, to drain the radiator. All the hole that's threaded.
Is it petcock? Is that what
petcock? They didn't even give you one with it.
Okay.
But
it's just got a. Is that just a hole in it?
That's 2 transmission lines.
Oh, transmission.
And then
okay.
This one over here just goes into the bottom of the radiator. That's where you need your drain plug.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it didn't come. Usually they always come with one.
Yeah, we don't have it in any of your hardware store over there.
No.
Okay.
That's not something that always stays on the radiator.
All right. Done for now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and you'll see putting all the sniper kit together and exhaust and all that. That's going to be a fully running 440 before we plug it up into that.
Next weekend, I hope.
We're going to fire it next weekend, hopefully?
Should be able to.
Should I use those AC Delco plugs that I got from 440 Source, or should I buy some high output turbo fire quadruple spark?
Those would be fine.
You think those will be fine?
Yeah, put them in there. Get them gapped and put them in.
Okay, we'll see.
They'll be good.
Anything else from Clark's place today?
No, we just worked a bunch on that.
Did you video any of that?
Yeah, when we got done, we went all through kind of what
I may edit some. We'll see. Right. Okay, thanks a lot. We'll see you next time on Clark's place.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You bought for down here. But that big one may go up there.
Yeah. So what we doing today?
Oh no. I think they're both small.
Yeah.
I gotta run to
Can we put
O'Reilly
this
again.
back in there? What's the difference? I mean,
That one goes in there. But the big one, this
'cause
doesn't.
that won't fit in there.
That won't fit in there.
So maybe we had it right.
Yeah, maybe
I mean,
they
what's the
maybe they
difference?
switched them. Yeah, what makes the difference? It's all in the hot water.
Yeah.
You're in hot water.
Uh-oh. That bracket, that's got to come off.
I know, you can't get that one down in there. That's like a pain in the butt. You have to get that all the way down, get your hose on, and then somehow get the bolt in.
Well, you may not be able to use this big tall bolt
Maybe.
because we had to do that on your header.
What's that?
We had to put a regular bolt in it.
Oh, you mean on the starter?
Oh, that's right. So
Not-
you got there, and then down there is just a regular
Yep.
flat bolt.
I showed that in.
That's right, we did show that.
That's on another video.
You could actually put the taller one here, so that it comes up to here. No, the tall one was big. It's
Yeah,
a
this is
big-
gonna have to be a super shallow bolt
Yeah.
to hold that in.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll put them back then.
Must be the alternator bracket and the water pump. The design. Well, that bolt has to be there, but maybe a different water pump would have the jacket or the what you call it, the
Fitting in a
fitting
different position.
fitting in a different position. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna put these guys on today. These are the little guys with the bungs. One of them will be plugged. So we'll put those on, and then we can put the mufflers out here.
That one doesn't look bad.
And then this video might turn into the sniper wiring video. No, it's not going to turn into that.
No, I'm not.
You're
Not
not.
knowing you.
You're not participating in the sniper hookup.
Not in your description. I'm saying know about this, not know about you.
What?
Nothing.
He's talking about the
I'm
Teflon
talking about
tape.
something else here.
Oh.
You're talking about that.
I just thought you didn't like holly.
I do like holly.
Okay, for these exhaust bung extensions, the hardware they give you, when I tighten this down, it's right to the edge. So Doug is going to perform a little trick here.
How far down you want? That good?
Take a ½ inch out of it, it's fine. You did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Good. That was metal flake.
Okay.
You want to do this one, dude?
You're not fired. Yeah, go ahead. Might as well. Okay, so Dad filed down the ARP.
You can see the difference between the two.
bolt. Yep.
We could take a little more off of this, but boy, there's not much to grab with a socket.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's going to give you...
But this, you could force that to screw down in there, but once it's down in there, there's no room to put a hose over it.
Yeah. Still need a hose, clamp, and be able to
Yep.
tighten the clamp. So I'm thinking we'll just get a longer hose connection like this.
Yeah.
And then it should be able to screw in, and then the hose will connect up here.
Yes. Like,
Hopefully.
it'd be more just like this one, only the smaller size.
Yeah, but this is 3/4 inch base, and
I
this
know.
is what,
5
1/2 inch or 5/8.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so they're not interchangeable. Otherwise,
No, I
we
know.
just swap them.
Yeah, we just swap them
So I
out.
need to go get another one of those tall
Yeah.
from
For,
somewhere.
we'd be able to, if we were ready to fire it today, we could put a plug in there for now.
Yeah, true. Okay.
Okay. No, that one was still loose.
Okay, so that bracket that I put on the motor is probably not the right bracket for the motor, because I just went and got the alternator brackets that I ordered for a 440, and these are the ones. So, alternator bracket bolts and alternator brackets, and hopefully it
Clears it
doesn't-
fine for a hose.
Hopefully they mount to some different holes and we won't even have to worry about that, because that we can get a hose over and clamp it.
Oh yeah.
Get it on.
Yep.
So don't put just any random parts that you find in your garage on your motor. They probably aren't the right ones. All right, so Lucas oil, zinc treatment plus. I'm gonna put half in the top of this head.
Half over here.
And put half over there, just for grins. I don't think it matters. It's gonna go everywhere anyway. Yep. So the plan is, put this oil in, put the zinc in, run it for 20 minutes, drain the oil, and then let's put this on there. Maybe not worked out well. Then after it's run for the 20 minutes,
I don't think it's gonna stay.
No, hold it.
put in oil and another zinc treatment, and then should be good. What are you owing, Doug?
Your dipstick.
You DipStick?
Oh yeah, you got to get that on here, because if you're going to put oil in, it'll come out.
I don't think so.
And it doesn't, well, you need it to plugged up anyway, otherwise when you start it, it's gonna
Blow out of
squirt
there.
Grab, it's in the,
Well, we tried this and it doesn't fit with your headers.
well, we got
You have one over here?
Yeah, it's in that
that
box.
sniper box. I think I powder coated it white. How many quarts does a 440 take?
I don't know.
Get in your Mopar book and look up the specifications.
Okay.
Oh, I know it's over 5 quarts.
The book is out here.
Yeah, your How to Build a 440 book
Oh, that one, yeah.
should have specs.
Yeah, there's bolts and other things that don't allow this to shove down in there.
Well, Doug,
Don't Doug me, you're the one that...
bought these sticking hooker headers. Oh, just bend it to the right way.
Well, that you can, then you're... Because I also don't know where this is supposed to go.
I'm sure
To
it's,
attach. Is it supposed to attach to one of these?
I don't know, it might attach to the exhaust manifold or something, like in a factory.
Yeah. I mean, you want it kind of out like that. But these bolts, yeah. Well, you could probably maybe tap it, wiggle it down in there. But I don't. I mean, you got, you know, a good inch and a half to get in there.
I'm gonna flex it a little bit this way,
Okay.
just to see. That look like enough to you? Looks like it's at the right angle to go in there.
Yeah.
I have another aftermarket one too.
I think maybe bending it a little more.
Bend it a little more in the same place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little more.
Okay, that's quite a bit. You like that? It has a little powder coat residue on it too.
Yeah.
So we could probably emery cloth that off. Looked like it started there for a second.
Yeah, it actually looks like it's gonna go in more. If I continue to pivot it up that way, it's kind of angled.
However it can go in there, Doug, I don't care.
See what I mean? It looks like it's trying to go in more that way,
That
but
way,
then
yeah.
this is bumping. So we either need to snap that off or bend it around more.
Well, it's not going to bolt to anything. There's nothing to bolt to
I
right there.
know.
You want a little screwdriver and you can
Yeah.
find the path? That way you can see
Yeah.
where the hole is headed. Straight down at that angle?
Oh, it probably goes more out this angle because right here I'm hitting some of your gasket seal. If I pivot.
So's
It's just barely on the bottom of
Okay.
this tip.
we took
Probably 10
this
'em, 'em. 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 'em.
It'll probably take 7 quarts.
I don't know where there's no full mark.
I know that doesn't show you how full it is.
We can put a little notch in it.
Once you find out how many quarts go in it.
Put that even with where it goes and see how far that goes down into that pan. Like from the outside.
Oh, whoa. Okay. You got a rag? You got a rag. You can wipe the tip of this off.
Yeah, if that's even there. So there's where she's going. She does not go deep.
No, not totally deep.
No, but you don't want it deep. You want to know where full is.
Yeah.
Full's not down here. It's going to be up here somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is it's probably got about the right amount of oil in it. Maybe we add another quart or two and see.
I would, because you don't have any in your oil filter yet.
Let's take that off and attach that.
You fire this
Yeah, I
up.
love it being right there. That's awesome. That's gonna be perfect.
Yeah, you fire it up right now. You got to fill up your oil filter and
Well, the oil filter has oil in it.
you put oil in.
Yeah, because I primed with the tool and with the drill. I spun up oil everywhere.
Okay.
So I think it's probably pushed oil through that filter. It doesn't have to fill that.
These were only like 15 or 20 foot-pounds.
Yeah.
Feel the one next to it.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah.
That is
Sweet.
just awesome.
That is.
I can feel it hit the lip
Yeah.
of that.
Because what it is where it goes in right here, you've got a bunch of goop
Yeah.
for the sealant, and it kind of, when we squished it, squished a little bit of the
Yep.
sealant inside.
This is nice. That's solid. Wow.
Yeah.
And it just,
Yeah, I love it. That works out good.
You love it?
Yep.
You love it? I do too.
All right. now do your plugs, I guess.
Gap plugs. How do I know when it hits the full mark?
well, if it says 440 with that oil pan takes 7 quarts, put 7 quarts in, that's full.
Look up on your phone, Pop, an extended capacity 440 oil pan.
Did you order that from here?
I've had that oil pan for 5 years.
I know. I'm thinking if it's in here, it'll say 7-quart deep oil pan or something.
Say it again, Dougie Doug.
6472 Mopar Big Block and Hemi 7-quart oil pan. That's from Classic Industries. Probably where you got it, isn't it?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, there's got the high capacity oil pan
One.
for black 7-quart is a 7-quart.
Yeah.
And then here's the
1, 2, 3, 4. And that must be the 5 is at the top. So I need to put a little more.
You want to be down to 3 left on here.
Yeah. I'm at 3. So little splash to fill the oil. After we did drain, that
2 and
probably
7/8.
that probably did
Yeah,
drain.
you're good. You're good. You don't want too much in it either.
If I drained the oil out of the motor and I had the oil filter on it, would the oil filter have drained into it? I don't
Probably
think it.
not.
I don't think it would have gone
No.
back up and into the oil
Certainly
pan.
not all of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of it would.
Yeah, 7-quart, even the high capacity center. So,
7-quart oil pan. Okay.
Here, you want this up there?
It looks like it's got a little flat section.
Yeah, it does. I think it's up to here.
Let me get glasses and look at it. Maybe there is a little mark somewheres.
Well, here, let's let it drip down. See where it bubbles. That's where it's bubbling.
Yep, I see. Hold on. We wanna make a mark right there for full.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, let me get a
You
little
got a
grinder.
Sharpie? Let me put a Sharpie marker on it.
I was just gonna hit it with a grinder.
Oh, it's right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Start that, and I'll...
Okay, good.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's good. Yeah, you can see that.
Pretty plain as day, shiny spot on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wipe it, put it in there, and then see if you can tell if it's on it. I can see it's like gleaming where it's at.
Yeah, we went a little high, but that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
It's absolutely cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as we have no leaks, we shouldn't have a problem.
We also put an extra bottle of zinc in it too, so it is over full. And Pop, I looked at the video, and this was a brand new radiator, not a mark on the front of it. All that damage is from that fan slapping it.
No, some of it was there before. Some of it is from the fan.
Okay.
This here, I tried straightening some of this out. This was there before.
But
This
all
may be
that
from,
is
this
new.
is probably from the fan.
Yeah, because in one of the videos I was looking at last night, it's one that isn't posted yet. It was sitting there banging.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I'm like,
These
that's a
were
brand new
here.
radiator. He's like, no, it was beat up out of the box. No, it wasn't.
These were here.
It may have had a couple of marks.
Yeah, because I actually tried taking a screwdriver and straightening these out.
I don't care.
These are okay, but yeah, this is new from the.
Yeah, I need to build a shroud, so this isn't sitting there banging the hell out of this side.
Yep.
Found it. Spark plug gapper.
Oh yeah.
Good check.
Oh, I think I was about to say that.
30,
35.
35.
35 for these. I used to have a ton of those when I had the Challenger, and you had to
I've got a couple of
do the points and do that. I thought I was a cool guy having a bunch of those.
Yeah, there's 4.
What if I have the feeler gauges?
That'll work too.
That'll work. Feeler gauge. I've got feeler gauges too. I forgot about those.
Yeah, of course we don't have it out here.
You say don't make them super tight?
Not super tight, no. I mean, you got to get them snug.
You might be able to get that. I've got a weird wrench that'll probably get that. That's where you slip off.
Yeah.
I've got one that I can't get to.
Yeah, and it's like this one too. Right behind the curly Q of the head. There.
Boy, if I get that on,
Here's 5/8.
how difficult is it to move the head or move the exhaust?
They're a pain in the ass.
Are they?
Yeah, because some of those bolts are hard to get to.
Yeah.
Can you get it with an open end?
Not really.
Try, see if you can tighten it with that. I mean, I know it's somewhat snug.
Ooh, I got a little turn out of it.
Cool. You might think about buying the block off plate for your fuel pump.
Oh yeah.
It says 440 on it or something.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't have to be.
Well, it's not near as
I
tight
can
as
see
all the others.
Yeah, mine isn't either.
But it's snug.
Snug as a bug in a rope.
I wouldn't say that snug. Maybe I put it in just give me that spark plug wrench. Maybe it's just in enough that I can get the socket back over.
Yeah, I can't even get the socket around this. I wonder if if I take a
Give me a
rag.
5/8 socket.
Yeah, I tried that too without the rubber in it.
Yeah, seeing if
Get around it a little better.
Ooh, I think I might. Let me try.
Then you can put a wrench on it. You can't get the socket in the end of it. Well, you got it. Good. Well, that one had a lot more to go.
Oh,
She broke it.
I told you, Dad!
What'd you tell me?
I told you I break these sticking spark plugs.
Well, there's a spark plug we got to buy.
You go too tight.
No,
you
it's
just
because I
snug
didn't
them.
have the rubber protection.
Oh, because you went crooked.
Because I never, ever use the rubbers.
You went crooked on it.
Well, I couldn't do it straight on.
Yeah, whatever. This actually says Jeff Norris on it. It's etched.
Is it?
Look there.
He's the kind of guy that does etch all his tools. Okay, one spark plug harmed
my
in the
gosh.
making of this film.
He actually signed that.
Yeah, it's signed.
That's not just a JN, it's Jeff Norris.
Let me see that socket, please.
No, you can't use it.
I don't break things
Right. Look at the front of my radiator.
because I can't even get
Bring
this
it over
on.
your crappy fan and beat the hell out of it.
I can't even get this on, so I'm not even gonna
No, don't
try.
even try. Yours is tight enough.
I just wondered if I could take a pair of pliers with a rag and just give it another little snug.
No, you'll break that porcelain. It's fragile. It's fragile.
All right.
Yeah.
138 1,000.
They're not gonna have this one. I don't know. They sell as many different types of spark plugs as they do
Yeah, I can't.
cookies. You know,
Yeah.
the thunder spark, the triple thunder spark, the quadruple thunder stank.
The different numbers also are heat profiles.
I'm done, Doug. I don't know anything about it.
Like a 138, if you got a 148, it's a different heat profile or something like that.
Is that right?
Okay. We're getting ready to start the sniper system. And we've got, what are those things called?
The carburetor studs,
Carburetor studs.
carb spacer stud kit. And we're just gonna go ahead and put these in here. Plugs out and put these in.
Oh yeah, I got different spark plugs because they said that the copper ones can burn up over time or during break-in. So what we did, I got a reducer or an expander or reducer and screwed it into the bigger hole, and then I bought a new temperature gauge considering we roasted the wires on the other one, and that screws right in. This is I think it's 3/8 or quarter MPT, half MPT, I don't remember. But then I got another one of these, so now our hose is the same size. It's not going from a 5/8 hose to a 1/2 inch hose. So now that loops together and looks good. Then we're gonna do some spark plugs. And we're gonna start on the sniper 6 hours later into the sniper video.